Everyone has been on a diet or health fad in the past, but the success or longevity of that can differ wildly.
Cindy Sellers, owner of Angel Farms Ministries, says she has an option that incorporates the mind, body and spirit and is here to talk all about it.
Good
Hey
morning.
Cindy, how are you?
Aloha. I'm doing wonderful and happy to be here.
We're thrilled to have you here. I'm sure there's definitely going to be some viewers that are going to be interested to hear more about this. But first of all, before we get into everything, let's talk about your retreat in Hawaii. Tell us about that.
So I have an 8-acre waterfall property where people come and do a phenomenal 12-day cleanse and rejuvenation process. And I've been doing it now for over, 3 decades. And thousands and thousands and thousands of people worldwide coming word of mouth because it just changes your life. It's amazing.
Yeah, you mentioned this 12-day cleanse. So how does this work?
So people come in, they go on a soft food diet, and they do actually a part of it is a colon hydrotherapy process, very gentle, so it's an open system, and my age range is from 4 to 97, and so it's incredibly gentle, and people get to see every day what has been inhabiting the temple of their body, so they see all kinds of stuff which makes sense why the organs weren't getting what they needed, and the education of how each organ has a thought connected to that is powerful for people to transform and, stop the judging and the criticizing and the hatred and the anger and the sadness, and the organs reboot. It's just amazing.
But obviously you talked about some of the treatment, which is not unusual, but unusual for everyone's day-to-day experiences. We talked about your 8-acre waterfall property in Hawaii.
Yes.
So with that in mind, what kind of experiences or things will people see and do that they may be surprised about when they take the trip to it and take the 12-day cleanse? So
they really get a chance to really look deeply inside about what traumas have caused their body to hold on to things, and how then it creates triggers for them, and how they can really release that and be free of it. The freedom of being able to not have digestive problems and sleep better, and just have happiness in your life, and being closer to your intuition and where your guidance comes from. And all of these traumas that are surrounded around a food, a meal in our lives, creates this way for the body to hold on to it. And so when we're able to get that released very gently, the body just course corrects. It's kind of phenomenon.
Yes, as you mentioned, there's so many past circumstances and traumas that people go through that are really connected to the body. So how do you help them overcome maybe these fears or trust issues that may arise during this process?
So a lot of it comes from, because we're 35 years word of mouth. So people tell people tell people. So mostly that's how people get to us. And so the trust comes from the people who have sent them as well. But I also have been doing this for so long that I really love people from the moment that I meet them, and I'm able to really help them understand that process of being able to be completely loved, completely understood, and completely not judged, and they're able to really heal because they're loved literally from the inside out. What we tell them all the time.
Is there anything that generally people experience? Is there a particularly trying part of the cleanse that people go through? Is it the process itself? Is it the first step into it? Or is there a section that you find that people have a hard time through, or something changed with them?
I think maybe the biggest part would be to step into it and to be able to go, I have to, whatever it is that's going on in my life, I want to be free from it. I want to have the clarity that I've been seeking. And so that first step of coming, but I think that as soon as they sign up to come, things start changing already, and so they're able to get through it, and we just hold people very gently and very powerfully and very lovingly, and they just transform. They lose their wrinkles, their digestive system corrects, they stop hurting in their body, It's just wow.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, thank you, Cindy.
Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
To learn more about Cindy, the work she does, and to learn all about her cleanse retreat, visit angelfarms.com.